Hello, Spartan community. This is Superintendent Saxton. As we finish up our fourth week of school, something I know that's always near and dear to every family's heart, early morning planning and after school planning is centered around busing. One of the things we want to do at the Boardman schools is make sure that we can make that routine a little bit easier on parents. One of the things we instituted 3 years ago was an app called Here Comes the Bus. Hopefully you're using that app, but I know we have some new parents just entering the Boardman schools, or maybe you're not aware of that app. So I'd like to talk a little bit about how to use that app, where you can get that app, and make sure you're logged in, and what happens if you have some issues. So first of all, if you have an iPhone or you have an Android device, it's in both of their stores, so download the appropriate app. The second thing I recommend that you do is go to our website, and if you click on the links and then scroll down to where technology is, you will see the complete form on how to load the app and how to get your account registered. You'll need to know the school code, which is on that form, and you're going to need to know your student's student ID number. If you can't find that, please call your school building, talk to your principal or building secretary, and you can get access to your student's student ID number. But with that information, the app will load up, and the directions are right on the sheet. Get your login, get your email, and add your student. Once you add your student, then you can start to set your different parameters. One of the things that's nice about the feature is you can set a boundary zone, whether you want to have a half mile or 1 mile. That just depends on your neighborhood to decide whether or not you want a 30-second or a 5-minute warning, just to help you prepare. But the app is very customizable, and you can add all your children to that app. And if you have a grandparent or relative that has to get a child off, you can also give them the information so they can load the app onto their phone also. Once again, though, that information is on our website. Just go to the links and forms and scroll down, and you can download that PDF and pretty clear instructions. The last thing is, what happens if you have an issue? If something doesn't load or the app does not seem to be working for you? Well, I highly recommend the first thing you do is that there's an email account address at the very bottom. Send your concern to that address. We have several people that monitor it. We find out who's the appropriate person to answer your question, and we get that question answered as soon as possible. Either way, we want to service you. We want to make sure you have a great experience with that app. Last thing I want to talk about busing is we have several thousand riders on our buses, and we want to be absolutely efficient and accountable to the Boardman community. So one of the things we started this year is called the bus opt-out form. You can also find that form on our website. Basically what that says is, hey, if you know your student does not ride our bus and is not going to need a seat on the bus, please fill out that form, hand it to your local school building, give it to the principal or the building secretary. That allows us to remove that child from the bus roster and just make our rosters more efficient and help us to optimize our bus routes. Now, I know there may be an emergency, car breaks down, sometimes day or two. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can never ride the bus again. We'll be happy to work with you on those case-by-case basis, but that will really help us be more efficient, optimize around it, and be more accountable. If you have any questions about that bus opt-out form, please contact Transportation. If you have any questions about the Here Comes the Bus app, start with the email and we'll get your question answered. Either way, we want busing to be a very pleasant experience for our Spartan family. Hope you have a great school year.